look, Raymond. Now, I seen you hustle, man.
Hey, I ain't never used no goofy white motherfucker like that.
Hey, who you calling goofy white motherfucker?
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Snoopy back again. Today we got everybody's favorite right now, Jack Harlow. Now, I first learned about Jack Harlow about 2 to 3 years ago, right at the time he was releasing his project Confetti. And I can honestly say from that point till now, I've seen nothing but growth. Like in the short stint, he went from somebody you might have to worry about to you now having other worries about your girl getting hit. So when I say growth, I don't necessarily mean musically when it comes to Jack. It's just I've seen his star brighten more and more over time. And well, really over a short period of time too, I might add. Now me, I typically don't fuck with artists if it seems like they're getting their celebrity off of a major push from a label or company or organization. Because to me, that's preparing the artist to come off somewhat unauthentic and deceitful. Like, how the fuck did you amass this huge fan base without any legwork put in? Like who the fuck are you? Then all the uproar during the COVID times of what's popping didn't really help the case for Jack in my eyes either. Like, cause I thought it was a catchy song, but I wasn't crazy about it. Saying all this to say, that's why I made the mistake of putting Jack Harlow right in that box, just even a few months before his debut project release, which I like somewhat. I first looked at him like he was just another Caucasian project that major labels were forming together to create this whole rap/pop star. But I'm the type of person that's good at admitting this. I was wrong. I see the vision now. Not the vision as far as musically yet, because I wouldn't call myself a fan, even though I like the Industry Baby verse. But the other part, as far as him being a superstar, I mean, I feel like he already on his way, to be honest. Remember when you was in high school and you made plans after? Well, not even after. During too. It wasn't even just after, but you made plans after or during school to go hit something. You make it to her house, you good. Not in the clear, but you good. Make it inside her house, no parents, no siblings, just silence. You in the clear. But then all the momentum is killed because you make it to a room and you see nothing but Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake. Yeah, you gotta have the Justins in there. Y'all remember those. Who else the fuck in there? Zac Efron. You might even see fucking Neo. All plastered all over her wall, making sure you handle business. Yeah, that's Jack Harlow. He's in the girl's room right now, staring at you from the wall, making sure you handle business. Damn, I hope that made sense. To me, the whole image behind Jack Harlow and persona they're trying to craft and put forth when it comes to him, it's always come off mature in my eyes. But musically, I've always felt that his art was made for teenage girls and, you know, background music at your local bar function. Like, don't get me wrong, there's been some songs I've liked, like Once May Comes, 21C Delta, Sylvia, Route 66, but there's rarely ever any songs that I can get fully into myself. I've always felt that his love songs always came off a little corny for my taste, and even there's more braggadocious tracks, you really can't take them serious sometimes either. And I know this comparison has been thrown out a lot with all this hoopla around Jack and Drake and all this shit, but I do hear a little too much Drake influence in his music, so I'm hoping with this project, he's going to break off from that branch of comparisons and create his own sound. Sneaker deal with New Balance, the cover of Rolling Stone, Turks and Caicos with Aubrey. I'm going to be very vocal in the fact that I feel like Jack Harlow has had the red carpet laid out for him these past couple years, so I'm hoping in this album I hear exponential growth within the music so that the musical palette can match up to what the potential stardom has to offer. 15 songs, 45 minutes. Great. Great features list from Pharrell to Justin. Damn, I like this cover. I actually like it a lot, being the fact that it's so simple. But if the cover has any correlation to the title, it looks like he's alone in the studio with just him and the mic, but he looks lonely. Jack Harlow, Come Home, the Kids Miss You. Track 1, Talk of the Town.
I'm on the charts now, used to have the same drive. You in park now. Try to be next to me, but I give him Destiny's Child. That's levels, new devils, Dundee way. I'm a rebel, walking through my parents' house.
Oh, I like that piano tone switch.
Talk of the town, talk of the town. Now you gotta reach out to Chris to talk to me now.
Nice little intro from Jack. It seemed like he's basically just talking about his come up from Bardstown, Kentucky. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I like how he's starting this album off real textbook with letting us know who you are, because I'm pretty sure it's people that haven't heard Jack Harlow before, so he's letting it be known who he is and where he comes from. Talks about how certain people that can get in touch with him can't call him now. You got to talk to his manager, or you got to talk to whoever Chris is. I don't know who the fuck that is, but he said you got to talk to Chris now, so you know, I'm guessing Chris is the middleman. Not nothing too crazy yet. I like it as an opener for the album, like I said, because it's giving you who he is. It's just something about this dude's flow, man, that's like, it just reminds me so much of Drake. Even the tone that he comes off with, the pockets he's rapping in, the things he's rapping about, it just comes off so like Drake-ish. Definitely not going to try to harp on that this whole review unless he gives me a reason to, but you know, I like the production on this first track. I like the switching the keys. Simple, smooth and simple. Track 2, Young Harleezy. Wait, Is that him? Is he saying young Harleezy like young Harlow? I hope not. I just hope that's not the case.
Young Harleezy, y'all grew up shooting RPGs.
I like the start.
10 years in, it took me 8 to start eating, 6 to start drinking. And it's hard
Those
to find
drums.
girls that aren't rocking 990s, not Jordans. You can find my name besides.
Ain't them 990s though. We fuck with the 990s where I'm from.
I don't drink tequila, but for you I still.
Oh, that's better right there. Oh, wait.
Ooh, this nigga got Snoop on his album. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's legendary, bro. For you to get Snoop on your album to big you up, to, you know, give you some grace. Damn.
Who out here is passionate as us. I'm the one they trust. We the ones that's making a big fuss.
This be hard.
Big A's done. Word to Nikki, all I got is sons. So come around and you can get sun for fun. I had some enough. Tell me right now, so I can't.
It's like, you know, it seems like there's not much happening within this flow.
So much bread in my account, this shit is yeasty, boy. Snow bunnies for my dogs, happy Easter, boys. Said your boyfriend's a fan, nice to meet you, boy. Am I handsome enough?
See, this would be great background music. See, I'm kind of torn when it comes to this song because I love the production, but his rapping isn't really reeling me in too much. It's not really much happening within his vocals. It just seems like Jack has the same flow throughout the entire song, even with the beat switch. To me, the best part about this track is the production. I like both instrumentals. I like that he snuck Snoop in the interlude right there. I felt that that was tough. I fucked with it. But the way Jack flowed over those two beats, it just seemed like he was trying to keep up with the instrumental instead of going along with talking about his come up, you know, where he came from to where he is now. Mentioned he stopped drinking within all that, how to balance the lifestyle of him being a celebrity and him having this much popularity. But like I said, I feel like when Jack is rapping from that space of braggadocious energy, it just comes off like, to me, I can't take him serious sometimes, you know, because it comes off so cookie cutter and it's like, yeah, I could have said that. I feel like the chorus was flat and uninteresting and a little bit lazy. Didn't really get me interested in the next verse he was gonna put on here because he had 3 verses on here, but it just felt like they were a little long-winded because of the chorus being so lazy. Kind of felt like I had nothing to look forward to after the beat switch. I mean, I felt like that was the climax of the record. Track 3, I Do Anything to Make You Smile. God damn. This just sound beautiful. Beautiful.
I do anything to make you smile, bitch. Travel around the world and come back home and now my style switch. I hit that last night and she already feel nostalgia. 500,000.
I feel you.
The break keep coming, Golden Corral, bitch. You know that the head keep coming.
I know that the bread keep coming, Golden Corral, bitch. I fuck with Golden Corral, but come on, bruh. Come on.
I think I need some. I'm bouncing. I think I need some counseling. I'm bouncing. I think you know that the break keep coming. Golden Corral, bitch. You know that the head keep coming. Cause she's.
Damn, that's part of the hook.
I'ma fuck the earrings off of you. Check my schedule and then clear it off of you. And I sing them like an Ed Sheeran song to you. Cause I love the shape of you.
Ed Sheeran, shape of you.
Like they play with Coach Kyle, but they call me Young Patino cause I'm good in both towns.
I feel like I get what this dude is. He's not the best rapper. Traveled all around the world, came back, now my style switched. I get you. One of the things I do like about this track is that I like that Jack is trying to be somewhat creative in the realm of, you know, he's rapping about what we think is probably a woman, but he's masking it also as the rap game. He did it somewhat okay to me in this situation. The only reason I'm not really feeling it that much is because we've heard rappers do this over and over, and we've heard it done better. Even this year with Vince, with When Sparks Fly on his album Ramona Park Broke My Heart, he was talking about a gun but also talking about a woman. I just think Jack's execution could have been a little bit better within that. You know, as far as the production, I love the production, I love the beat switches, but I'm still leaving this song wanting more from Jack, wanting more lyrically, wanting more conceptually, wanting more creatively. Not gonna lie, that Coach K bar at the end of this record was hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want Jack to carry these songs lyrically and vocally instead of the production leading the way throughout the song. Overall, song was okay off first listen. I'm probably only gonna go back to it for production, but you know, that's cool. Track 4, First Class. No, I heard this. I heard this song because this shit been everywhere. I mean, I couldn't escape it, but I haven't really had a chance to actually sit down and listen to what he's saying. I've only seen it on girls' TikToks and, you know, Instagram stories.
I've been a throw up the sex in a
Hey, I'm sorry, bro. I feel like using a sample like this is already a cheat code. I'm not saying it's a good song yet. Definitely not saying that, because I feel like this can do you a disservice as well by using these samples. These samples that everybody knows. We know the song that you're sampling. I see why a lot of people like this joint though. Smooth little vibe. First class.
pineapple juice, I give a sweet scene. I know what they like, so I just keep cheesing. And I can put you in. I can put you in.
First class. This shit is gonna get played everywhere. I mean, we've already seen it. It's already getting played everywhere. But you know, he's smart for doing this. But this is music, so we gotta talk about the music of it all. This shit sound lazy as hell. From the use of the sample to his verses, like, they didn't reconstruct the sample at all. They really just stripped it from its original song and just copy and pasted it. It just sounds so bare and raw, and it seems like they did nothing to it that, you know, it sounds exactly like Fergie. It sounds exactly like Fergalicious. I feel like this is one of those songs that's a hit because of the use of the sample, because the only thing people are singing is G-L-A, and like literally every function I've been to and this song has come on, which hasn't been many because I'm not in those crowds, nobody's singing a word of Jack's verse. It's completely the sample because they've already heard this song before. What I get from Jack's tone in this record, it seemed like he's trying to come off a little bit humble, but also be aloof at the same time. Because in this record, it's like he's talking to himself. He's referencing to himself, you know, yeah, you're a superstar now. And he's saying to himself, you know, I guess, yeah, I guess I am, you know, trying to distance himself from it. Then it's like within this song, he comes back down to earth with this bravado saying, you know, I can put you in first class under the sky. Like, I don't want to be this popular nigga. You know, I don't want all this fame. Not necessarily saying he don't want it, but he's not really paying that much attention to it. But he's using this fame to get what he wants with these women. You know what I'm saying? I can put you in first class. But in conclusion for this track, I'm not a hater, so I'm gonna let you know this is a hit song right here. This is definitely catchy. If I heard this in the studio, I definitely would have said this is a hit song. But as far as musically, it's not really creative or, you know, moving the goalpost for me. Track 5, Dua Lipa. Sped it up on us. How you gonna give us this after first class?
Dua Lipa, I'm trying to do more with her than do a feature. I check the weather, fade away, I let that Lucania bucket. I heard from someone who said you could be lucky. I'm blushing, I'm lying, I'm touching.
You know, it seemed like Jack is actually keeping up with the beat this time and not falling behind. But making a whole song about Dua Lipa is crazy. But is it really that crazy? Because this is Jack Harlow we talking about here.
I told Jesus I got a confession.
It's like this flow is like a nursery rhyme. Do y'all hear it? Surprisingly, I like the hook on this song. I really can't put my finger on why I like it at this moment, but I just like how he's keeping up with the instrumentation. Again, the chorus wasn't nothing too ear-grabbing in my opinion, but I just like the way it sounded. I'm still a nigga at the end of the day, and there's no hate in my blood, so I'm always happy when a dude is shooting a shot on a song that they created. I'm not a big fan of Dua Lipa. Haven't heard shit from her, but, you know, he has. This song had to be recorded real recent. You know, I know this is a new album and everything's probably been recorded recent, but whole Kanye mentioned in there, Kanye, we gonna be, I told Yeezus we gonna be something. Like, Kanye just reached out to this man when that Nail Tech shit dropped, so I'm wondering how recent this record actually is. The production was okay in my opinion. The first real trap-infused beat that we got on this whole project so far. I'm not really mad at the direction of concept in this record based on the production that he was given or he picked out. You know, it's a trap beat, so you're going to have fun with it. You know, I see what this was. I just do want to know if these artists actually be thinking ahead. Is this something that you're going to want to listen to 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line? Like, do you really want to go back and listen to a song about you lusting over this girl? Well, I'm not even going to say girl, pop star. I'm going to put some respect on her name because you know what she did to the baby. I just feel like it comes off a little amateurish, and the perception of it is that you didn't know what to do with one of the records on your album, and you wanted a 15-track album, and you know you chose to put this on there. You know, it's plenty shit you could have did. Track 6, Side Piece. Yeah.
Oh wow, ooh. I like them girls that was in that Aeropostale. Now them same girls got coke in their nostrils. Something done make you hostile.
Facts.
Let me do a record for my side piece, hey. Let me do a record for my. I need something besides the inside of these hotel rooms and lobbies.
I like the use of this sample. It's not too deconstructed. You can still tell what it is, but yeah.
Got a song for my main chick, but let me do a record for my side piece, hey. Let me do a record for my side piece, right?
the song was over. I'm liking the beat switches on here.
Cream filled on some donut shit. Okay, let me chill on some grown up shit.
There's so many elements happening in this small space of production right now. That's my favorite joint on here so far. See, he said he already made a record for his main bitch, so this for his side bitch. Not bitch, but you know what. First with the production on the song, I like the beautiful sample and what they pulled from it. Then he switches to a more soulful beat with some beautiful keys in the background. Shit, it sounded like Robert Glasper was playing that shit. I haven't been a big fan of Jack's monotone delivery throughout this project, but in this song, it works because of the whole somber production and the way it just coexists together. There's a lot of contrast within this record right here. I'm noticing while listening to these tracks that this album and this last album, that's what they all say, sounds kind of similar with the beat switches and the direction of content and the samples. It all seems like it's close to home. Saying that to say so far, being on the seventh track, right? Being on the 7th track on this album, I haven't really seen that much exponential growth within Jack's flow, his lyrics, his content. Of course, the content has gotten more mature and a little bit better, and the production has gotten much better. I'm gonna say that the production has gotten much better. But yeah, man, I'm a big supporter of this song right here, man. You gotta have something for the side pieces to have as well. You can't just be your main bitch. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have her eat the main course and then have side piece eat the appetizer. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have them both sit at the same table. You know what I'm saying? So you can have them both coexist. I don't even know what I'm saying. That's why I'm stuttering. Not a great song in my opinion, but it's good. It's good. I like it. I like it in the confines of this album and what he's put forth so far. Track 7, Movie Star featuring Pharrell. This nigga Pharrell been everywhere this year too. What the fuck got into Kanye and Pharrell? Why don't these niggas sit down? I don't want them to sit down. I don't even know why I'm saying that because I love great music. So, you know, I'm glad that these niggas is outside. But I just want to know, what's the end game? What these niggas doing?
Imagine being you, who I hate to be. I'm done faking humble, acting like I ain't conceited. Cause bitch, I am conceited. You know you can't
Pharrell, oh my god.
Star, young Angelina. And I know they say all type of things about this type of life.
See, when I see featuring Pharrell, at this point, I'm just expecting production. I'm not expecting no vocals, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're a Kanye or a Pusha T or somebody that he's worked with in the past for real. But damn, this nigga Jack got some Pharrell vocals.
Well, ask yourself, are they right? Right. Cause we can do this every night.
He sound great.
Condoms, let's make a genre hot like a samba. Upgrade along, but I'm just so inspired by the way you wear that thong. You know I like to take things, Kim Jong. I know that's why I play this Gibby on. I keep giving y'all classics. Tremendous, fantastic.
You got classics?
That's the end of it, that's it. And I know they say
I don't even care about Jack's voice on this song. The production is just carrying it.
I mean, I get the concept that's bigger though. I do not fuck with that stiff shit.
Squad lift shit.
This nigga Pharrell went crazy for this nigga. Man, the beat is carrying this nigga so much throughout this song. His flow comes off so generic sometimes, but within a decent beat or even a beat like this, which is great, it will carry him towards the end and make the song actually sound good and well put together. And don't get me wrong, everybody can't rap over Pharrell's production, but this beat right here, it's almost impossible for you to go wrong with this joint. And then I know I keep reiterating this point, but his voice is so monotone and so nonchalant that I don't really feel anything from him. Even if he's trying to form something to be somewhat relatable to me, I still can't feel him because he's really not giving me any energy to feed off of when it comes to his raps. And for some artists, I feel like that works. I mean, like, look at 21 Savage. This nigga monotone, don't change his flow, still the same nigga every song. But it's like I feel him because I'm more in arm's length of what he's talking about than Jack Harlow because I really can't relate to nothing this nigga said. But with all that being said, I actually like the song. I like Pharrell's contribution. I like the back and forth. I like the magic touch he put on. I'm thinking that Pharrell has something to do with this project because we just seen the beautiful sample get cleared on here. We see him on a record right here. I don't know. I don't know how much Pharrell attributed to the process of making this album, but this shit sound good. You know, production wise, this shit sound good. So, you know, that's what I need to know. Like, how much hand did he have in it? Track 8, Lil Secret.
I know that you sick of being my little secret. I know that you sick of being my favorite. I hate the fact that I'm famous. I hate the fact that you got away, that you gone away. I told my therapist about you. She always always takes your side. Ain't nobody I love more. For no short time, but it's cool though, we got more time. I'll never get sick of you.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Jack is a smooth nigga sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
And you so in tune, you understand me. I make you laugh and you say to me that you can't stand me. You soul food and you eye candy.
You know how that shit go.
Need more time.
Is it bad that I don't want this song to end? First of all, I know we done had some good production on this project so far, but that's my favorite. I'm just a soul nigga. I don't know how else to explain it, but I gotta keep saying this. I'm a soul nigga. That's why I've loved Kanye so much, because he incorporated soul and gospel and choir into these great samples. Based on what I heard so far, this nigga Jack might be more toxic than Future. He's being honest with his females. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna lie to you. He's gonna tell you the truth. Whereas this nigga Future, when he drops projects or even drops a song, you don't know how he's feeling at the moment because his heart is bipolar. But with this nigga Jack is just like, what this dude Jack is just like, bro, like, I'm gonna just let you down easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you know you in the background, but I still love you. You still my favorite. I love the concept of this song, Lil Secret. I'm hiding you. Now I'm not. This record was just Jack being somewhat honest too. Another side piece that he has, because I don't think he would have two songs on. This is what I want from Jack moving forward. I want him to be the guy that raps over these soulful beats. Not try too hard to get in this lane of trying to be the best rapper, because based on what I've heard, I've been listening to Jack Harlow for, like I said, about 2 to 3 years on and off. So I have a good idea of what he has to offer musically and lyrically, even though he's still growing. But this is literally all I want from him. I just want him to be a rapping Justin Timberlake. You know how Justin Timberlake was on all those soulful beats that Timberland was providing them? That can be Jack in the rap game, in my opinion, because we all know Justin Timberlake, he had his own lane. He was the only soulful white boy that we paid attention to. That's the lane that Jack can be put in the rap industry, because like I said, he's not going to be the best rapper. This track right here is his pocket because nobody else is saturating it. Track 9, I Got a Shot.
I got a shot, it's not a pistol. #1 spot, I'm too efficient. Name ringing bells like school dismissal. You used to know, hanging to places I used to go. Driving G-Wagon with Louis V bags. I'm from the city where they might put one in your temple. It's really that simple. 24 ready, I'm G'ing like SETI. I look in their eyes and I know they ain't ready, cause now I'm somebody you used to know.
This record to me is an example of what I said in the intro to this video. I feel like his persona is more infatuated to like teenage girls or younger girls that will have a poster of him on their wall. Cause this song really did nothing for me. The production was all over the place. His vocal inflections really didn't do shit for me as well. I mean, he still got that monotone delivery, but tried to heighten it just a little bit. This song kind of reminds me of the, what's that song? Tell me I'm somebody that you used to know. I pretty much got the point of the whole song in the first bar. I got a shot, but it's not a pistol. I got a shot to finally be this person I've always wanted to be. I've always inspired to be, always dreamt of being. But usually when I hear songs like this, I can kind of connect with the artist and say, I hope that he wins, or I can feel him. I'm gonna go ahead and reiterate it again with Jack. I just don't feel any of that. Track 10, Churchill Downs featuring Drake. Now, I already heard the snippet for Drake's verse already. I couldn't escape it, you know what I'm saying? I just had to hear it because I heard he was dissing Pusha T in there as well. So it really wasn't as vulgar as everybody wanted to make it seem, but you know, I just had to hear it because it was so much hype behind it. You know, I hope this isn't the same exact verse that I heard from Jack and Drake, but you know, because I've already heard it.
We about to feed these youngins to the metaverse. Meanwhile, I'm over here just trying to pen a verse, cause I'm done being extra with the extroverts. The label used to wonder how I'm supposed to stay next to Vert.
The label didn't know how I was going to stand next to Vert. I think that's what he said. The label didn't know how I was going to stand next to Vert. Damn. Lil Uzi Vert, Jack Harlow, DJ Drama, all the drama that went into that.
Call me to the side like, can we have a word? I could have fronted, but I did this shit how I preferred. All that time in the kitchen finally panned out. I put some flavor in the pot and took the blend out. I know my grandpa would have a heart attack if I put a...
I like that a lot of flavor in the pot, took the bland out, you know, because he's white. You know what I'm saying? I like that. He did take the bland out. You know what I'm saying? He's not as bland as other white rappers have been in the past. A little bit of flavor to the boy.
You fully understand, fully automatic with the jams and they don't jam. At the shows I'm about to start, they know Jack, but they don't know Jack, man. They just know I got the flows and the hoes and the packed out shows. Thanks Drizzy, I know he and I would get along, but it's hard to crack jokes when you really want advice. I mean, what's the thing to touch?
So fucking mad I heard this verse already.
My son's gotta learn that forgiveness is a lonely road. The cribs on his wheel like motorhomes. Niggas love to try and
Cribs on his wheels like motorhomes.
Chubbs got the magazine cover like Rolling Stones. We already know how they rock, they throwing stones. Whenever you get mockery, I got my realtor out here playing Monopoly.
How can I address you when you don't own property? I can only finesse you when you don't move properly. Yo, this nigga Drake, bro, he be speaking some shit. I ain't gonna lie. He be speaking some shit.
My music's not even relatable. I blow my head up, it's an inflatable.
I'm so rich that, you know, my music's not even relatable. Like, we know Drake. We know. This has been my gripe with Drake for the last, like, 5 years. To me, Drake has just had a unique career where he started as the most relatable person that you can listen to. Everything he said just hit. It doesn't matter if you was a teenager, if you was a little kid, if you was an adult. Then seeing the transition of him becoming this big business mogul and this humongous artist that, you know, a lot of people can't even touch. I can enjoy to see Drake grow all these years. Even though I'm not a big fan of the music he's been making the last few years, I'm more of a fan of the earlier shit that Take Care, that Nothing Was the Same, even the comeback season. I just love the fact that he's been able to grow and stay relevant throughout all the debacles and all of the drama that's been around his whole career.
Burn the women, most of the bitches I know are niggas, they not even women. I know that sounds like I'm being funny, I'm not even kidding.
I already know it's gonna be a lot of hype behind this track because the leak even got more hype than, you know, I feel like his album is even getting. I know when Drake gets on these slow, somber, sample heavy beats that he's coming with it, and we're going to listen to every word he says because the tone that he's rapping with. Needless to say, he do this shit, and I feel like Jack brung it a little bit harder lyrically than he did on this entire project, being the fact that he's rapping with Drake. But even with him putting his best foot forward, which I'm guessing this is because when you're on a song with Aubrey, you have to put your best foot forward, especially when he's rapping. He still got killed, and I know that was inevitable being that he's rapping with him. It just shows so much of a gap that, you know, we already knew existed. Overall, I like this song, one of the best on the project I've heard so far. I'm just mad that it got leaked. Track 11, Like a Blade of Grass.
But I can be your last. You can't even get gas without being harassed. She's thriving. Let you in the dark, tryna put that light on you. Tell me how it tastes. Let you in the dark, tryna put that light on.
Taste. I'm noticing, like on his last project, that he has a lot of records catered to women, but the women he's catering to is like teenage girls and college women. Those are the only women I feel like that are gonna be moved by these cookie cutter corny lines. These women in the mix like engineers. Even with the second verse on the song, where it seems like Jack is coming from a more conversational point of view, where he's talking from the perspective of a woman and from the perspective of himself. I like that idea a lot, but it still comes off sort of dull and uninteresting. Like Jack is a poet that hasn't really gotten his legs under him yet. Like the metaphors and similes that he's using within his songs, they have some potential, but I don't think he's pushing the idea far enough to get those points across. Once again, I love the production on this joint, the way it was layered, the way they used the saxophone within that. I don't even know if it was a sample or not, but it sounded kind of like it. The problem I came to the conclusion with is that Jack is the focal point of this song, and that's why I don't like it that much. Not the production. The production, of course, is in the background, and it's more carrying him through this whole song. But the fact that he's the one rapping and he's the one putting his lyrical prowess on showcase for us to listen to, you know. Track 12, Parent Trap. Great use of drums on this album, man. Like, the production is great.
In a pair of slacks. I think I might be getting sick of wearing that. Serenading with the clarinet. I got the tea and I ain't sharing that.
Oh, I like that little clarinet they put in the back.
Old friends, I forget to text back. Maybe this will show you where my head's at. My bad.
What does that mean? Who the fuck? Oh, featuring Justin Timberlake. That nigga had me surprised for a second. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Ain't me, Jack.
It's hard to see when you're walking in the green. So many flags looking out of town.
Hey, this nigga Justin Timberlake, man. I don't think he lost a step, honestly. That Cabin in the Woods album he dropped though, that shit was terrible. He still has a lot to offer vocally, and you can see that on this track right here. He was the best part of the track for me. It's kind of funny because Justin Timberlake, it seems like he comes in as kind of a life rafter for Jack's monotone delivery. The way the verses are broken up when you added Justin Timberlake smack dab in the middle of that. Just a good accessory to have even when you deliver in a simple chorus like this. For me, the content in this song is just an extension of what Jack has already talked about in this entire project. you know, I can't believe I'm here, but I'm proud I'm here. You know, he gonna throw his college and high school references in there. He references Prom King on this record. I think him referencing these things that connect to the adolescence so much, I think can be a gift and a curse for him, because he's definitely gonna have that fan base, the college, the high school. I wonder when Jack starts getting older and actually starts growing musically, would he want to hear this? Would he want to talk about this same thing? Or is it just in a moment type of thing? And even though I feel like that's a unique and profitable lane to be in, I don't know if that's a lane you'll want to be in your entire career. But the song was pretty average to me. I like the production. Once again, I like Justin Timberlake's chorus. I like somewhat of Jack's verses, but it's not anything that's going to keep me intrigued. Track 13, Poison, featuring Weezy. It's real sample heavy project.
You trying to run from? They call you quiet, but they don't know where you come from.
There's a lot going on with this sample right here. I like it.
Take some pics for Getty Images. I like all your beauty marks and blemishes. Girl, you poison.
Oh man, this is all Drake right here.
I'm a feast, dessert and dinner roller. I'ma make a ski and squirt that venom. Guys, and whip it to a black widow. Little tune, I've been immune to these hoes and facts, nigga. Stop.
Call me at the end of that. The beginning I wasn't fucking with.
Ice in my veins, but you just added some venom. Point of slowing down.
I like that. Next little bit of singing that he's offered to us on this entire record isn't actually bad in my opinion. It's not great, but it's not the worst either. It comes off a little cronish in my opinion, but you can still feel some emotion behind it. It's not just flat wailing. The track as a whole, I like the structure. I like how it's just flat and airy production, and then the drums finally kick in once Wayne's verse starts. To me, Wayne offered up a good verse on this record, but not great. The start of his verse kind of threw me for a loop, but then, you know, Wayne does what he always does and reeled me back in. It's just blowing me because every time I hear Wayne nowadays, it's like I'm not getting a great verse from him because I've been spoiled to the fact that I've already gotten all these great verses from Wayne. So a verse like this can only come off as cool to me. Honestly, the highlight of this track for me would be probably the tail end of the record where the sample breaks down a little bit more and the beat switches. Still not necessarily a fan of Jack's rapping on here, but I feel like I've come to it is what it is. You know, it's kind of cringy when you hear Jack rapping about ops. Track 14, Nail Tech. I heard this song already. Everybody heard it. Bro, this is literally some frat party shit, bro. You can't get no closer to Budweiser and Bud Light. What I do like about this track though, and where I think, you know, it's different from all the other ones, is that he's not so monotone in his delivery. He actually sounds like he's up and he means what he's saying. Other than that, it was really just a cool track in my opinion. Not really a concept you can flow with. I honestly don't see why this blew up as big as it did. I get First Class, but this is track 15, State Fair.
Even if you hate me, you would trade. You would live this life too, cause I got it made. Never I have it made. When I buy a house, every service gonna be swayed. But for now,
this shit sound good. Like, bro, you have to say this shit sound good. This sounds immaculate.
my friends have sip whiskey. I spent the last 12 months locked in, but tonight I'm content with existing. Never been the type of one things. I want power. I want my life to speed up a couple miles.
Oh, he had to throw that in there. Okay, somewhat of a typical outro where it seems like he wanted to use this last track to get off anything that he hasn't said on this entire album. Part of this record, he talks about how he used to look up to Bryson Tiller and, you know, somewhat wanted to be something like him, but realizing after that he had to grow his own flower. He also talks about his constant struggle with fame and him trying to stay away from it, but also coming to the conclusion that you have to embrace it. One of the things I do like about this track is the fact that he actually rapped his way through the song and didn't depend on the chorus to carry him throughout. Still fell a little short to me as far as me being moved or intrigued about his story, but you know, I've came to the fact that it is what it is. The track was cool. Nothing special by any stretch, but it was cool. First of all, I like a lot of the production on this project, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised of the ear that Jack has been able to develop over a short period of time. In my opinion, this is definitely better than his last project that he put forth, and you know, I feel like at the end of the day, that's really all you can ask for, especially when it comes to a new artist. First listen, I feel like the bass when creating this whole album was, you know, entirely around his hometown of Kentucky. There's a lot of references to his hometown, even from the first record, Talk of the Town. He's talking about how he came a long way from Barnestown and, you know, how he's so close to that place, but also so distant from that place since his celebrity. All the way to the last track, Stay Fair, where he finally mentions the album title and is really bluntly explaining, you know, why he's been away for so long. To me, the meat and potatoes of this track list is really filled with emotions and settings of a guy that, you know, has recently found fame and thinks he knows what to do with it, but deep down has no idea. I noticed a lot of this project was directed towards women with tracks like Dua Lipa, Lil Secret. What else was on this bitch? Poison. Which in my opinion, I still can't take too serious coming from Jack. It just sounds more and more like he's begging for a girl's attention rather than being the smooth guy that his persona gives off. I love the production on songs like Movie Star and Parent Trap, but his flow and delivery on these records just come off so lazy and lethargic. The more I was getting through this album, the more I was enjoying the structure and the sequencing of it. The overall picture of it just comes off like a PG movie. There's not one bar on this entire album that had me out of my seat. And I feel like the closest I got even to that was Drake's verse. There also wasn't even one moment in the album where I've heard something that I haven't heard before. That's really what I wanted from this project. If not exponential growth, I at least, wanted to see some. But it really sounded like the only growth we got on this joint was the growth of the green in his pocket. Yeah, we got some new experiences like him on that one track mentioning the Grammys, or, him mentioning going to Turks with Drizzy. But it's like, I didn't get any new flavor added to the pot of flows and presence on this joint. It's still bland. I love the Snoop interlude. I love the verses from Drake and Pharrell. But I wanted to come out of this with something to boast about when it comes to Jack. And it's like I can really only boast about the production on this project. I feel like it's an okay album, being that Jack is who he is, but I really don't see myself going back to it too often. You know what? I just lied to y'all fucking face, because I definitely fuck with Side Piece, Lil Secret, Churchill Downs. Damn, I still think Nail Tech trash, ain't gonna lie to y'all. But this shit gonna sell, bro. He has the image, he has the backing, he has the growing fan base. So who really give a fuck what I say? Yeah, that's all I got, I think, honestly. I'm Snoopy. That was Jack Harlow. Come Home, the Kids Miss You. I think that was the title. I could be wrong. You already know how we do it. If you like the video, like the video. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. I'm gonna be here. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Damn, I really think I got some more shit to say, but I really don't have it in my head right now. I just fucking lost. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We're gonna have that conversation in the comments like we always do. I'm gonna be there right with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gone. Out of here. Yee.